Welcome to our next video, and my name is Maria de Jong. This is José, you all know, the girl with the speaker. José told me I'm talking to all SUP11 tough cookies, and although I have tried to do some supping classes or some experience during the summer in town of Leeuwarden, I find it very hard and very difficult sport. So with all my respect to you guys, I want to introduce you into the Prayala Yoga, and this is a type or form of yoga who balance our system a little bit more. So I can imagine you are using most of the time the front of the body, so maybe the front of the body is a little bit shortening and the back is more in length, and maybe, I say it carefully, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or toes, is the back a little bit more in length because it's curved just a little bit during. So sit up straight. What we need is maybe some blocks if you have them, and you can use some books, you can use a hard rolled blanket as we are going to use also. So get your props ready, and then we can work this out. So I would please introduce you to our first sitting position, who is cross-legged. Just look at your feet, and if you can lift or elevate your heels just a little bit up. And when your knees are still floating from the floor, please add something underneath it, because the knees need to be supported in this position. So wherever you are with floated knees, put something underneath it, or if you can float them down into the floor, just lift your heels also up, so the front of the shin is a little bit activated. And then just for one moment, if you want to, you can close your eyes and just feel your sitting bones touching that something you are sitting on. And bring the attention to your breath. Maybe you can add a little smile into your face. If you don't know how to do it, just lift up the right side of the mouth and also the left side of your mouth. And have a beautiful smile on your face, which is always pretty to watch. It also changes something the inside of you. So take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. And just let it go, just drop the air. And one more, take a deep breath, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just release, there's no tension. Just observe how the body is feeling. Most of the time we run around. So in this moment, you can make the connection with your body and also with your breath. If you want to repeat the deep breathing, just repeat it as long as for you it's okay to make that connection with the inside of you. Okay, and so very slowly, if you want to open your eyes, you can take always longer time if you want to by just pausing this video and take your moment. So if we are sitting in this kind of position, the knees are pointing outward, and just make some movement from the hips. So just like you are imagining to point your hips towards your knees, but don't squeeze your beautiful behind. So also push out your sitting bones a little bit, and then inhale, release, and lengthen the whole front side of the body. But make sure there's no tension in your lower abdomen and also no tension in your lower back. Just keep up sitting straight and let go of the tension in your legs. Yeah, don't squeeze the butt. And then we do it again. So make it happen. So push from your hips towards the knees. Sitting bones are going apart. Inhale, lift the chest, lift your chin just a little bit. And then maybe you can feel your psoas, your lower abdomen is letting go. There's some opening. So take a deep breath in. Exhale. Okay, and just keep up sitting straight with a long spine and also a long belly, and heart is lifted, and look at your neck. And I don't mean to look at your neck, but feel your neck. If there is some release, maybe you can just turn your head a little bit side to side and just make some slow movements. So you don't need to stretch anything. Just feel and observe the body. Okay, now we are going to do just a little bit of opera singing by lifting the right hand, the right arm, and maybe I'm going to say some conflicting things. Your arm is just a little bit bent, just like José is doing. You can drop your shoulder, and now you can make some contact with your right shoulder blade by pointing the elbow just a little bit in front. Yeah, you are activating the back of the arm, and maybe you are going to shake a little bit, so shake it loose, it's okay. And now you are going to turn the arm outwards. Yeah, and keep the bending in the elbow. Keep up sitting straight, lift your chin, and now the whole shoulder is activated from behind. And it's very hard to work here, so keep the bending in the elbow. Elbow is pointing forward, sorry. Arm is rotating outward. Take one more deep breath in, just release your jaw. Exhale through the mouth, and then let the right arm go. Just relax. And maybe you are feeling just a little bit like Nemo right now. Your right arm is maybe a little bit longer than the left arm. So it's good to observe the body, what's going on, and what the posture is also doing with you, what the effects are. Okay, so if you are a stopper, the front side, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know, I think, no, okay, ignore. I think most of the time the front is just a little bit tight, so this is a good position to balance your shoulder. Okay, we're going on to the next left arm. I'm sorry, I don't want to disappoint you guys. I'm just a yoga teacher. Okay, so drop the shoulder and keep your chin just a little bit lifted. Keep your face also straight. Elbow is pointing just a little bit in and the arm is rotating out. And if you could see José from behind, you can see all her activity in the shoulder. So you also can feel it. This is also a nice way to show you people what's going on, you party people. Okay, keep the elbow in. Yeah, just a little bit in front. And also release the big muscle on the front of the shoulder. Okay, just turn it a little bit more in the elbow and arm is going outward and just look at her shoulder. Head is still floating onto the spine. And take a deep one more breath in and exhale and just release. Maybe you are getting just a little bit hot and warm up already. So that's good. That's good to work. I also can imagine your abdomen are very strong and very tight, I think. Ooh, I'm very precious in what I'm saying right now. Good, you can sit on your buttocks with no elevation, so you can sit flat on the floor. And if you do some horseback riding, maybe you can sit just like a lady's posture. So your top feet is onto your thigh or onto your knee. And now we are going just a little bit in front and you are turning crossed side. So if the left leg is in front, you are turning your right arm onto the floor. And then you can drop your whole arm onto the floor and you are, just like a Dutch singer, Lee Towers, who was also singing with his elbows, you are pointing your elbow onto the knee. And then we are going to make some spinal twists. So you're inhaling and you are going onto the floor. And yeah, inhale, twist. And exhale, release any tension. Just inhale, use the elbow. And exhale, just release. Inhale, and then you can feel some nice stretching into your lower abdomen and also into the lower back. Okay, and if it's possible, just drop the whole arm onto the floor. Yes, and we can add something. Okay, just inhale, release, going to yes, and now you are going to bring your shoulder to the fingers. Yes, and we can add some little bit more. If you do have a long spine, you can use something like a block or a book and to make sure you are getting a little bit more lengthening. Okay, one more and then we're going to release. And exhale and come back to center again. And just maybe you want to place your feet or legs into the long position. And if your knees are just a little bit in discomfort, just wrap them or do anything, or shake the legs out, or use your sitting bones, whatever. Now, we can do the posture at the other side also, but I think this is enough so to save some time so we don't lengthen the whole movie, but you know how to use and to do the posture. So make sure you are getting longer into your spine. Also your ribs are floating away from the hip. And in this kind of position, your whole latissimus dorsi, your legs are going to lengthen. And by twisting around, you can also release some connective tissue onto your lower abdomen, which is very healthy and very good to do. Okay, so make your turn and add some maybe 10 or 11 inhales and exhales. So, and do it each side, and then we're going to move on to the next. And then we're going to use the blankets and place your beautiful behind on it. So maybe you can come to lay down first, so we don't. Okay, that's a quicker position. Okay, so if you are placing your hips onto the cushioning, or if you do have a bolster, you can use a bolster. If you do have blocks, I prefer to use the blocks, and then place two against each other on the width of the mat. Okay, now you can use your elbows into the floor, and you're going to place the elbows just a little bit between your hips and your shoulders. So they are going to support you in this position. Now you're going to elevate your feet from the floor. Yes, and place your feet towards each other, and your knees are going out. Yes, and lift your foot just a little bit. Yes, your feet, thank you. Okay, by drawing the knees in, you can see José is shortening the front of the spine, and that's not a very healthy way to work. So what she was doing, she's turning her pelvis just a little bit to the back of the mat in this case, which is providing a very long belly. And she can also lift her chest just a little bit up, so you can feel the natural curve of the spine is getting back, and that is a very safe place to work with. Okay, now she's going to go from side to side, and you can still open your knees and look how far you can go. So you're going from left to side, and use the elbows to support, which is also very good to strengthen the back of the shoulders. And by turning, you can see a beautiful long front spine. There has to need go of some connective tissue also in her lower abdomen. It's also strengthening just a little bit. And if you want to add something more, you can try to drop one knee into the floor. So we do the same position, feet are closing, yes. And now you can drop one knee onto the floor, if it's possible, yes. And then go to the other side. So it's opening up the front of her central lines, yes. If you want to make it a little bit harder, because we are all in some different states, you can close your knees just a little bit more, just a little bit, so halfway, and then we do the same thing again. And then you'll notice it's going to be very hard to make your spinal twist. So if you are a diehard, you can close your knees together, and then you...
I'm not a diehard.
Me neither, but I think there are.
But you are.
And if you are a really diehard, you can lengthen the legs, and then you go from side to side. And so you can work your way out, and make sure you're not falling down from the blanket or anything else. So make your movement and see and find out what's working for you. Good, we're moving on to the next position. And you can place the arms in the same way as we did do the spinal movement. Your elbows is also placed between shoulders and hips. Okay, this is the first. This is option 1. Now you can drop your head, so make sure there are no nasty pins into your hair, because they are going to hurt your head, and be gentle with yourself. Now you are going to elevate the shoulders from the floor. So this is option 1. And maybe you can turn your head just a little bit, just like you are saying no. So very slowly. This is strengthening the back of the neck, the back of the shoulders. Okay, and take one more deep breath in and just let it go. And also here there is a possibility to move and to add something to the posture. And then we become this beautiful opera singer again. So make sure there is no tension in the front of your chest. And just slowly bring the arms up, just like you're saying, I don't really know. So something like that. Okay. Now you're going to push with your back head also into the floor, and then you're going to elevate your back of the shoulders again from the floor. Make sure your chin is not going onto the chest, so it's open. You have an open chest. And if you want to add something more, just say no. So make some soft turns with your head as well. But work it out and see what's possible for you. Okay, take one more deep breath in. Exhale and just drop it. Just release. Let the hands go to wherever you want to go. Just feel and observe the neck. If you want to, you can still lay down and then turn your head sideways, and then you can feel some difference. Okay. Also here, if you are a tough cookie, you can bring the arms up again, just like you are the opera singer, and make sure there is no tension in the front muscle of your shoulder. And now you're going to take the knees just a little bit in. So lift your feet from the floor. Make sure the front of the belly stays long. And now lift your shoulders loose from the floor. And also here, if you want to, you can make some movement with your head. Yay. Just release your jaw if you are clenching and making it very hard to do. So just try to relax, although it can be challenging pose. Okay, I'll take one more in, or just drop it. Enough is enough. Okay, and just let it go. Okay, so if you want to release yourself from the thing you are laying on, just let it go, and then you can take your final moment in Shavasana, the final resting pose. So we can do some hard work, which is very good to do, but most important is Savasana. Savasana is your final resting pose. It makes sure the body can float again. In yoga we talk about prana. Prana is your beautiful energy, and we want to keep our energy up and high so we can do all the things we want to do. So please come lay down, feet are hip width apart, legs are just a little bit open. If you want to, you can place the palms of the hands up. Release some tension in the shoulder. Make sure your head is doing okay. You can always add something nice and soft onto the back of the head. Okay, take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth again. Just let go any tension. Take one more. And exhale. One more because it's so good. And exhale. Just observe the body. Just observe what's going on inside. Don't be judgmental. Just feel the connection with your legs onto the floor. Feel your heels, your calves, back of the knees, back of the upper legs, the beautiful buttocks. Feel the shoulder blades, back of the arms, the head, top of the head, eyebrows, mid-center of eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the throat, the collarbones, the chest, front side of the arms, fingers. Also the space between your fingers, side ribs, your belly, the hips, upper legs, knees, shins, top of the feet, your toes. Feel your whole body. Just observe. Take one more beautiful deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Just release. One more. Make some movements with your toes, with your fingers. And do anything that you think is pleasant for the body. Just wake up slowly. And if you want to stay here more, longer, just take your time, do whatever you want. Before you come up to sitting, just roll onto one side and then make your way very slowly up to a sitting position. And in sitting position, it's always very good to elevate the hips because the knees can come down. And I want to thank you, we want to thank you for joining us. If you want to see more of our live classes, you can sign in, and we hope to see you soon again, and stay safe, guys. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. See you in